57. It's Cory Sandhagen back here on the program. Cory, how's it going, man?
I'm good, James. How you doing, man?
Doing very well. Congrats on getting the interim title shot. I knew you were in Vegas and you sort of, were figuring that maybe something would have happened with this title fight. But just when did you actually find out about the fight? When did you get the call that you were going to be stepping in to face Petr Yan?
I think, well, it was sometime when I was out in Vegas. I think it was either maybe that Friday or Saturday or something, when they were like, hey, my agent was telling me like, hey, your odds are looking really, really good. It's not official yet, but I think that they're going to choose you. And I was like, okay, great. So it was last weekend while I was in Vegas. But I kind of had an idea even a little bit before then. So my agent also told me like, hey man, don't be enjoying Vegas because this is a possibility for you. So yeah, that's kind of how it happened.
Well, and something, I don't know if you discussed yet, but I don't know if some people know, you and Aljamain Sterling have the same manager. So did you kind of get tipped off even before other people? Like, did you get some insight as to maybe the fight, with Sterling and Yan being off potentially?
Not too much, honestly. No, my agent doesn't really talk about other fighters like that, really. It was kind of, uh, me just assuming that because Aljamain wanted to fight in November really bad, that the October date wasn't going to be ideal for him, and that like coming off neck surgery, man, like I don't really know anything, like I'm not a doctor, so I don't really know how any of that stuff works, but I definitely know that sounds like a really serious thing, and if you ask for 1 month and it's happening a whole month beforehand, then that's kind of like, a little bit of a telltale sign that he might not be ready. So it was just on my mind the entire time. Since that fight got announced, it had always just been on my mind.
I'm curious how you found out. Was it on social media? Was it through your manager? How did you find out about the fight being off?
Yeah, someone sent me an article just saying that Aljamain was out, and I knew that since that was official, I knew that I was likely going to be getting some news pretty soon. And yeah, it was exciting, man. My agent gave me a call. I was in the hotel lobby. He was like, hey, man, you want to fight for a world title? And I just kind of started shaking, like I was just so excited. It's like, it's just cool that I get to go have a real crack at accomplishing my dream.
What was a better feeling, finding out about the title shot or when your girl said yes when you got engaged?
When my girl said yes, even though I kind of knew that my girl was going to say yes, so maybe that took a little bit of the excitement out, but no, man, family's first.
So when you found out that Alja was out, what percentage did you give yourself of getting that title shot? Because the two other names that were sort of out there, well, three actually, TJ Dillashaw, obviously, I'm sure you knew that he was injured, so maybe he's out of the running. But Aldo and Rob Font were kind of the two names that you were hearing. At what point did you think, hey, maybe I got a shot at this? What percentage did you give yourself at the time?
I don't really know, honestly. I kind of, with MMA, man, you have to take things just like one step at a time. So I don't get too eager or too discouraged. Like I know that the UFC really likes me. They give me really good fights, and I don't talk a lot of trash or try to, I'm not a good salesman, so I'm not very, I'm not the best at selling fights either. So I know that they must like me because they keep giving me really good fights. So I don't know, man. I knew that definitely Aldo and Font were definitely going to be in discussion too. I thought Cruz would probably be in discussion also, and I was kind of just going to leave it up to the MMA gods, man. Like that's kind of, you have to just kind of surrender to that in this sport because anything can happen.
I know you mentioned in the interview with Ariel yesterday that you didn't feel like Aljamain Sterling should be stripped. You sort of talked about, and I agree with Ariel where, if it's been a year, yeah, we can talk about stripping the title, but just, I'm sure you've been seeing a little bit on social media, the reactions of people wanting to get Aljo stripped. Have you been surprised by that?
I mean, to be completely fair with you, I think, I don't think he should get stripped. I don't really agree with that, but I do think that, your actions have consequences, and the way that he handled his last loss is a way that I don't think a lot of people have respect for. And so he's not making too many allies, like he's making too many allies in the way that he decided to handle that. So that's on him, like if he would have maybe gone about acting, in a more reasonable way and kind of not playing the heel, I think more people would have been on his side. But because he decided to act the way that he was acting, that's kind of the consequence of your actions.